Top Judge Delete for Street Machine Magazine Summer Nats number 31 is old. It's a Holden. It's a titanium.
The aim of the car, originally when we got it, was just to be a daily driver. It was going to get the simple, rebuild, the 186 and the HR front end, and it was going to chauffeur me to school each day of the week. I'm Colin from Hawkesbury, New South Wales, and this is our 1951 FX Holden Ute. My first car, funnily enough, was this car, my 1951 FX Holden Ute. She was pretty original when we got her. It was actually my 16th birthday present. So we bought it in September of 96, 97. So it had the 132 grey motor in it and 3 on the tree. We thought it was pretty good, but then when we started pulling her apart, like most, they're rust from about the door handles down. I suppose where it all started and where it got out of hand was when we started pulling the car apart. We wanted to put a bigger set of tyres and another rear end in it. So we were going to throw a set of mini tubs in the back. We just brought it out to the rail. It really started from there. We started having a little bit of a look, and so we bought a VS Commodore Ute that had been written off, and we stripped the driveline and engine out of it. By the time we'd finished grafting the rear end into it, because it's got the Borg Warner rear end and all full Commodore 4-link, it's got the discs and the like. By that stage, Commodore had come out with Holden had come out with the L67, the supercharged V6. We sort of looked at each other and, oh, this is, me and Dad, we thought we might have to go that way. And then we started looking at front end options, how we were going to make it steer, and by that stage we'd gone so far, we thought, it's got to have power steering. So we started engineering power steering, and then the front end came in with the stainless steel A-arms and things like that. And originally, when we started playing around with this stuff, we're talking like 15, 20 years ago, none of that stuff was off the shelf. It'd be a lot easier to build this car now. Matt and Mick from Image Conversions sort of approached us late in 2016. The car was in primer, all apart, and hadn't been run in many, many years. And they knew the car was sat under wraps somewhere. So we sort of deliberated over the Christmas, and then January 2017, we decided it was go time, and finish date was going to be for MotorEx 17. It's funny, we've had 20 years to do it, and we've squeezed everything into the last sort of 5 or 6 months to get it right for MotorEx. So it's been a real push, but we got there in the end. So the engine is the supercharged V6 out of the BT Commodore, the L67. We bought that as a crate motor. It's had a little bit of work done to it. It's got a Yellow Terra aftermarket snout and pulleys. It's had a little bit of head work. It's got a little larger cam in it, Yellow Terra cam. Essentially, that's it. We went that way with the engine because we looked down the lines of putting an 8 in it, and we were really restricted on the litre capacity of an 8 that we could put in. And when you weighed up the performance of a V8 of that size and what we were going to get out of this, along with reliability, economy, all of the above, it was a no-brainer. So we went down the tech line at the time. We mated that up with the Supra gearbox. We always wanted a manual behind it. That was just one thing, we wanted to drive it as a manual. That moves down the back into the grafted 4-link rear suspension out of the Commodore Ute that we bought early on. Obviously the diff's been shortened right up and everything's been tucked and trimmed and smooth. Paint colour, this is a Lexus titanium with a little bit of a twist. The boys here at Image threw a bit of a muck around in there. When those first couple of coats got laid over it, it was the right fit for the car, with all those big rolling panels and the beautiful flip tones that we get through out of it. So choice of wheels, we had a lot of ideas along the way, and we always wanted something that had that sort of old school rodder, street rod, street machine feel about it. We were running 20x10s on the back. They're an American legend in Talon. We've had a huge response from everyone at the shows, like what are they, where are they from? And it was a roll of the dice, but it paid off for us. I think they really suit the car. We're very happy with the way the engine bay turned out. We never envisaged just how tidy it was going to end up. We've gone to the length of running all the air conditioning, brake, fuel, all that sort of stuff through the chassis rails or through a set of false boxes that run inside the chassis rails. Interior wise, once again, it's the little things that you don't see that make all the difference in that car. We actually moved the footwell and the firewall forward about 8 inches so that your knees aren't up around your ears when you drive the thing. This is the first Ute that Holden ever made, and they came out with a bench seat. We always wanted a bench, but we wanted comfort. So we've got 2 buckets in there, but essentially it's all upholstered, shaped and shut to make it look like a bench seat. So we've gone for the Torpy, leather look there. We've got the double stitch throughout. We always wanted a classic needle style gauge. They're Boyd Coddington gauges. We bought them many, many years ago. One of the big wow factors with the interior is it's got a one-piece hood lining. Now, for anyone who knows the amount of work that goes into a hood lining and trimming and tucking and tensioning and all the bars and stuff you've got to run, this thing's really a work of art. You walk around the car, there's a lot of bits and pieces people don't notice with the car. The one-piece power glass in the windows, we've got the M3 BMW, it's the Archer aftermarket mirrors, the one-off hardtop which took 3 or 4 attempts to get right on the back. There's a huge amount of technology in the car, the bonnet and the hardtop, which is a one-off. They're all on linear actuators. Hit a button, up and down they go. The tailgate, when we finally get everything opened up, you'll see that it's on a set of FB door hinges. It opens sideways. There's a crazy amount of technology throughout the car, but we wanted to keep it so that almost that sleeper look. The rear compartment on the car is one of my favourite spots, and it's one of those places that you don't really assume much when you see a Ute at a show and in the back of it. But we've got 3 compartments in the back, access panels which make up that rear tray area. They're made out of a thick Perspex product, been CNC routed and slotted. And we came across the hydro dippy process, so after many dips and mucking around, we've finally got this slick carbon looking back. It's been an awesome experience for me and Dad, and like I said, it got out of hand. And the whole thing along, we never built the car to be a trophy hunter. We always said we were going to build a car that suited us. And if other people didn't like it, well, bugger them. It's really funny when we talk to other people on the car scene about, and they see the finish that we've ended up with this car, and they say, oh, how many cars did it take you to get to this point? And the truth is that this is the only one we've ever had. We've got a 4-door FC Holden tucked away somewhere, but that's at the back of the shed. It's going to be forgotten about for a while, but this car has been our focus and the family passion for 20 years now. And this is our first attempt at building a street machine, so this is what we came up with.